we're making manouche, but today we'll be making specifically our signature dish, which is called the Lebanese bride. So we're gonna stretch the dough.
You're gonna teach me how to do this today?
I'm gonna try. So we use a special blend of white and wheat flours fermented for up to 48 to 72 hours. So now you use your fingers and you're kind of creating these little like pockets of dough.
Okay.
And so from here, you can see the dough is nice and elastic. I'm gonna toss it a few times. Sorry if I get flour on you, but
hey,
you're in
man.
the splash zone.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah. So I'll bring it here over to our bread pillow. My grandma actually makes us these custom bread pillows that we still use.
Okay, love it.
So I put a lot of semolina on there so it doesn't stick. And then now is the fun part where you get to kind of slap the dough down. And you put it here.
Boom.
Hopefully you get it on. You gotta try to make it a nice circle. So I put a little oil on because if you don't put oil on it, it will turn into pita bread in the oven.
Oh no.
And so we don't want it to puff up even though it's delicious. It's just a little bit different than what we're going for.
The weight of the olive oil will kind of keep the dough settled a little bit.
Exactly, and then another bonus is it kind of fries it when you flip it, so that's always good.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna put it in the flour for you, and then you take over from there.
All right. A little flour on top. Okay, and then start to sculpt.
Yeah, you wanna use the pads of your fingers, okay?
Oh, very,
Okay.
very soft dough. Okay.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, it took us years to get this down. There you go.
All right. So a few flips.
Yep, and you wanna remember which side is the face. So this is the face, you want that to go face down on the pillow.
Okay. How's that?
I lost track, but I think it looks good. So face down, okay? And now it's easy part, just kind of like pulling bed sheets.
Okay.
So you can kind of just get underneath, and sometimes you want to keep a hand on top.
So we got a pillow. We got some bed sheets.
Yeah.
Oh,
That looks pretty good for first time.
Way to slam it down.
Yeah. So don't forget the semolina. 'Cause
semolina.
You don't want a sticky peel.
All right. Oh, here we go. Ready?
All right.
1, 2.
Pretty
All
good.
right.
Not bad. You can do any kind of design you want with the olive oil. Just don't go too crazy.
Oh.
Oh, that's all right. We can clean that up.
All right. This is okay.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. That's a disaster, but
all right.
it's gonna work.
All right, you didn't do too bad. We're gonna fire these in the oven. So we're cooking them here at 740, which is pretty hot. And what we're gonna do for the brides, which is a little bit different than a traditional one, is we're gonna flip it halfway. And you can see now it's getting nice and bubbly. That's my signal to let you take a look.
Oh, wow.
Before, what I'm gonna do is flip it so you get the nice sear on the top. We still want a firm bottom, but a soft top. I'm gonna give them just a little rotation, doesn't need too much. I'm gonna give it now a quick flip. I'm not gonna get too fancy here. It's hot. And then quick second on the bottom because those stones are really hot. So again, I'm just gonna watch it. This may be 30 seconds. And whichever one looks nicer is mine, I think.
All right. Hey, Johnny, another
What's up,
member of
Seth?
the family. Nice to meet you.
You too.
So you're going to be topping the Lebanese bride?
Yep, we'll go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna lather this soft, pillowy bread up with some lebne. I like to explain it as like a yogurt cheese. So it starts out in a yogurt form and then it gets strained to thicken. And then it becomes kind of more like a schmear.
A schmear. All right. Now you're speaking my language. And I have to ask about the name too, Lebanese bride.
So Lebanese bride is introduced to us from our dad. When they used to take summer trips to Lebanon, their first stop would be at this shop to get what was called Lebanese bride. And it's on thinner bread, but same toppings. They wrap it up and they use a white wax paper. And so when you peel back the wax paper, it looks like the veil. And so that's why it's called the Lebanese bride.
Got it. Got it.
So we're gonna then douse it with za'atar over top, which is like a key ingredient that pairs perfectly with lebne. So it's savory, herbaceous, and slightly nutty. So next, after we have the lebne and za'atar over top, we're gonna throw some juicy tomatoes right over. And now cucumbers for that crunch element. It's like the best one biter because you get cooling, creamy, refreshing, oily, savory, herbaceous, fattiness all in one bite.
Every single bite. Love it.
Then comes the garden mint, and we're just gonna sprinkle that right over top. This is a beautiful Tunisian olive oil, velvety, smooth.
And the olive oil, of course, is the other Z in Z and Z. The first one, as you know, is za'atar, and the Arabic word is zaytun for olive oil. So those are the two Z's, and no manouche is complete without it.
Gonna sprinkle with salt now. Just a little dash. And now we're just gonna slice it up. If my dad was next to me, he'd be watching to make sure it's a perfect cut.
You have my full vote of confidence in how you cut a minutia.
Seth, grab a bride with me and we'll go enjoy.
Let's do it. All right. Oh, and we have more family now. Mom and Dad, world famous.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm going to give you guys the one that I rolled out, but Johnny did a great job with the toppings and the cutting, right?
Good job. We approve. He did a good job.
Looks good.
Awesome. Oh, I cannot wait to dig in here.
Enjoy.
Wow.
Exactly.
Just a symphony of flavor and a symphony of texture too. Got some of that cucumber, little herbaceous bite there.
My favorite word to use.
That's just delicious.
And in my way, I say it's Zaki. Zaki is how you say it in Arabic.
Zaki indeed. Love that. Gotta go in for another.
Oh yeah.
And the Lebna is good too because it gives you a little bit of that creaminess, that texture on top of the pie. I can understand why some people might even mistake it for pizza, but just completely unique flavors and textures on top.
That makes it not pizza.
Not pizza. Just to be
Not
absolutely
pizza.
clear, not pizza. Hey, Seth here. If you want to discover more of the incredible restaurants in the DMV, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching Signature Dish.